Fat Joe's album Jose, or is it J.O.S.E?
It's not J.O.S.E. He's gonna be in the comments. J.O.S.E.
Did oh man. Did Jealous One still envy make Fat Joe a mainstream star, or did it kill his street edge? 2001, the rap game was changing. Street rappers weren't just battling for respect anymore, they were chasing radio, MTV, and crossover superstardom. When Jealous One Still Envy turned Fat Joe into a mainstream hitmaker, some fans called it evolution, while others said Fat Joe traded the corner for the charts. Did Jealous One Still Envy make Joey Crack a superstar? Or did crossover success cost him his street credibility? Firstklass Regg and Taurian B investigate. This is Rap in Order. Dun dun.
Order in the court.
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm Firstklass Regg.
And I'm Taurian B.
And we are back. One of our final episodes in this space.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Nostalgic, little sad, but I'll be all right. I'll live.
Good. How you feel about your Lakers, by the way, right now?
We up 3-0. Do we play tonight? We either play tonight or tomorrow night. But right now we are up 3-0 and it's looking really good for us. Kevin Durant is still out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, obviously I would have liked it if we could see us play at full force, and everything like that. But hey, man, we're going to get some rest. Yep. We play tonight at 9:30 as we're recording. So we're recording right now and it is Sunday, right? But hopefully we can close it out and we get some rest and then we get Luka and AR back. And then we move on, to the second round. And in the second round, I believe that we play the winner out of the Spurs and the Trailblazers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
According to the brackets. How's Detroit doing?
As for my Pistons, really, really good, man. I think when Cade first got hurt, there was a lot of doubt on when he would come back. Not only did he come back as fast as he did, his first game back, he put up 39 points.
Okay.
Which is insane. We won, we advanced in the, we won like our first in the series. I forget what the record was, but since 2008. I could tell you that right now. So just looking at that. But the Pistons are killing right now, man. I'm really, really happy for where it's going.
That's good for you guys.
I think they have a good shot. I think I underestimated the Magic. We shouldn't be having a problem with the Magic. We lost a game to them yesterday, which is crazy to me. But, we'll be all right. I still have a lot of faith and I'm confident that we're going to get the job done. First home playoff game win since 2008 was the game that we did the other day.
Shit, we are fucked. I just realized that essentially we're gonna play OKC next round. All right, whatever. We'll be all right. We'll get it together.
I'm not gonna get into that, but I see LeBron and Bronny. They're reaching that level that everybody wanted from them. Together as a tandem, right? Would you say no?
I don't got no input on that. Moving along, May 15th.
May 15th, man. Iceman is coming.
Right. So
the Iceman cometh.
Yeah, the Iceman cometh. So what are your expectations? Are there any features that you think is going to be on that project?
So unfortunately, Drake relationships right now in the industry are a little they're a little all over the place. It's not like how he first came in. So I think Sexy Red is gonna be on here. Probably Yachty.
Yeah, I got Lil Baby, Future, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, and Sexy Red.
21 Savage for sure. You think Future, huh?
Yeah, I think Future's gonna be on it, and there's absolutely gonna be some up and coming R&B crooner that's he's pretty much gonna introduce us to, because I feel like he does that on all of his projects.
He introduced us to Pimmy on the some Sexy Songs for You project,
right?
and
So
she's an OVO artist. So
you
yeah, we'll see.
always that's
Mhm.
like a thing that he does. So I think so. To my understanding, well, nothing's confirmed, but I think Noah is uh
Oh, that 40's
40,
back.
yeah, that he's back, and like he's
Yeah.
rumored to be heavily on this project. The rollout for the album is pretty cool, so I guess like that'll be talked about for a very long
Back to
time.
the essence, man. Yeah, Drake has been doing some cool rollouts. He's getting better with his album covers. So I want to see what this one is gonna look like.
It's gonna suck.
He has gotten better. He has gotten better.
I
Some
feel like
Sexy Song for You album cover was
I've seen some AI album covers that look pretty cool.
yeah. So I mean,
Shit, we did one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when we were
He
asking
gotta
about when is it coming.
he gotta get a little
album.
creative with it. But May 15th, man, that's around the corner.
Right.
That's just a couple weeks away. So
All
we'll
right.
see.
So let's keep it going. Usher and Chris Brown, the R&B tour has been announced. Sarah absolutely wants to go, so I'll probably try. Like my mom and them are going to the show in Atlanta, so I think I'll send
They
Sarah.
secured the tickets already?
I believe so, but
Nice.
so I'm gonna send Sarah down there to go with them.
Oh, fire! That's
Go with the family, bond with the ladies of the family.
Yeah. And then that's just one ticket you got to worry about, so that's not bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not
So
bad at all.
one of the big. I think this is probably arguably the biggest R&B tour that in years, because they're doing stadiums. So I think it's going to be. Do you think that they're going to do the Kendrick Scissor thing where they go back and forth, or they're going to do opener and closer, alternate cities?
Huh. Yeah, because they don't have that many records together.
Right. They got New Flame, right?
They got New Flame. They got Back to Sleep remix. They got a couple other random songs. But yeah, they might do that. But I think that'll go over well. But that might come off like a versus, which I think is what they're trying to steer clear from.
Right. So I think just one of them doing like an alternate, like one of them doing the opening sets. Then
who's doing the opening sets?
I don't think. Well, I think they alternate. I don't think it'll be every night, but I definitely think Chris has had like a good run of touring for the past couple years, so I think that he wants to keep that going. He's making some good money.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that we've already done the conversation of versus, like it's on the YouTube, guys. You can go watch it if you want. So we're not going to get into that, but I am looking forward to it, and I definitely okay. So let me ask you a question. Who do you think is going to bring more women out?
I think Usher going to bring out the older women,
seasoned.
Yeah, the seasoned. Chris Brown is going to bring out the IG influencer girls of today.
Okay.
For sure. Like the Kayla Nicoles.
Okay.
Those young baddies. He gonna bring those.
This is gonna be the closest thing to like back in the day. Like you remember in the 5 Heartbeats when they was like competing to see what women they can get to pass out. I want to see how many women like pass out from like them like serenading them and shit like that. This is gonna be the most singy song in the shit ever, bro. Like
and
Usher walking out with the cherries, Chris going out there gyrating with no drawers on and shit.
Usher's gonna bring out the Melissa Fords, those like
Melissa Ford's my hall pass.
The Takaras, the season, those are there to see Usher.
Yeah, man. Bro.
Yeah.
Melissa Ford. Oh my God. Oh Lord.
Melissa Ford looks amazing.
Yes, she does.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's gonna be a great show. I think I would love to go. My girlfriend would love to go. I'm not the biggest. I've always said on this platform, I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan, but I'm not gonna take away from the fact that dude puts on an amazing show. So I know it's gonna be incredible. And I still haven't gotten to see Usher live. So this would be a great opportunity to do that.
Okay. So also now we have the announcement for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for 2026. The inductees are Phil Collins, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, Joy Division / New Order, Oasis, Sade, Luther Vandross, and the Wu-Tang Clan.
I'm not mad at any of those. Wait, go back.
Okay.
I'm not mad at any of those. I'm not as well versed on Joy Division, New Order.
Yeah, me neither.
But I know the rest of those, and that looks respectable. I'm cool with that.
And then like, they have like other subcategories and stuff like that. So they have early influence, Celia Cruz, the Queen Latifah, MC Light. They'll go into there. I'm just gonna say the people that I know for that, right?
Yeah.
And
Fela Kuti?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know who Fela
That's it.
Kuti is.
I think you fuck with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
He's amazing.
okay. Musical excellence. Rick Rubin's going in. That's cool. But there were some people who were upset about some of the people who didn't get in this year, and I just think, I think it's hard to get everybody because let's see who it was. Mariah Carey was up for it and she didn't make it. Let's see who else didn't make it. Lauryn Hill didn't make it this time.
Yeah.
New Edition didn't make it this time. Pink was already Pink was already available to get nominated as well. That's interesting. So, I think that Lauryn Hill will definitely get in there eventually. Mariah Carey obviously will get in there. So, I think that for some people they were just saying like the way the order that it goes doesn't, make sense for some people.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I think that person has time. I think sometimes they probably do it by the lineup to see who they're going to highlight. That like who's like going to be like that, and then you have to hit off different genres now because it's not only rock. So some people going to get in there earlier or whatever like that. Cause I saw somebody saying like, how does Wu-Tang Clan get in before Mariah Carey or like this person? And I think everybody has like their own contributions and their reasons and everything like that. Like people were saying that Wu-Tang shouldn't have got in before New Edition.
Okay, but I think I'm okay with those because those are two that are inevitable in my opinion.
Yeah, they're going to get in.
It doesn't matter when.
And I think when New Edition goes in, that they should be the main focus because we know that they're still touring, they're going to perform and everything like that. So I think that that's important. So I'm not fully mad at that, but I'm definitely going to watch it because it's going to be on the Disney Channel. So I'm definitely going to watch it and tune in.
Absolutely. Always forget to watch those things.
Yeah, I get the alerts from Disney. I turn my notifications on for that shit. So I'll watch that. Let's see. Next, are any summer movies that you're excited for this year?
Yeah, man. Obviously damn, I was about to say Doomsday, but
that's Christmas.
December.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
In December. But
I'll list some more for you. We got Toy Story 5.
Okay. Oh.
D.I.T.C. The new Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man, Supergirl, the Moana live action, and Masters of the Universe. That's He-Man.
Yeah. So I don't give a fuck about that Moana movie.
I wrote down Spider-Girl by mistake, but I meant Supergirl.
But I'm gonna see Masters of the Universe. I was iffy on, but that trailer looks fire. It looks like they get it right. It's just surprising that they took this long to do this. I feel like they should have been did it.
I'm glad it took their time though.
Yeah, because it actually looks dope. I'm not mad at it.
I'm probably just gonna check it out because I need to get back. I want to get back into doing certain things that I used to do a long time ago, like going to the movies frequently.
Yeah.
So I want to do that. Like I pay for my AMC stubs religiously still. It comes out of my bank account, so I want to make sure I still do that.
Only right.
Right. So yeah, Toy Story 5, absolutely. I gotta find like a drive-in or something like that to go into because I want to see it with Matt for the first time, and I know he won't do me the favor that he did with me when I went to go see Superman last year.
Nah.
Yeah,
I think you timed that out perfectly.
Yeah, with his nap. Now, like even if I timed it out around his nap, Matt would still wake up before the movie's over. So now I think if I go to a drive-in, I'll be able to we'll be in the car. He won't be bothering nobody. Windows will be up. He'll be straight. Like he'll be fine. Like he'll be in his car seat. He'll have things that he can like play with.
Probably
shit
like
in
that. Jersey, right?
Yeah, there's drivers. There's Jersey and like parts of Brooklyn, like deep in Brooklyn. They have drive-ins and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's something that I want to do. But and then I definitely want to see the Odyssey.
Oh, the Odyssey is going to be incredible.
Yeah. Did you read that in school?
I did read it in school.
I enjoyed that shit.
Yeah.
I treated my teacher.
I think it might be worth rereading.
Yeah, my teacher kind of like my teacher sold it to me like, oh, this was like what early comic books were like, and that's how she sold it to me.
Okay. Yeah, no, that one might be worth revisiting, and the star power in that is insane.
Yes,
Continuing the Zendaya streak, man. Speaking of Zendaya, have you been watching Euphoria?
of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So my man Kadeem Hardison in there. He
Mhm.
reunited with Zendaya. He played her dad on her Disney Channel show.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like right now. Okay. So at the end of that episode, that place that she took Shorty to is not a rehab center. Is
Yeah,
Shorty about to
that's
get
like
trafficked?
I don't think we're gonna see her again.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see her again. I think that's like a drop off for like, because even when she dropped her off, and obviously spoiler alert, but even when she dropped her off, she was looking at the woman that was like the reception, quote unquote receptionist, and looking at her nails, and it's like blood under her nails,
Mhm.
and it just looked really sketchy. I think that's just where these women go when they're like done with them, putting
Right.
them
They was
into
like,
the
yo, get
abyss.
rid of her before she start tipping people off saying that her friend is missing and shit
Hmm.
like that. Like
Hmm.
something wasn't right.
Yeah. So and Zendaya, well, Rue came into that realization herself when she was there, but it's
Right.
like, all right, well, I'm just doing my job at
Yeah.
this point.
Bro,
Unfortunate.
Rue has so many like funny moments that shouldn't be funny.
Yeah,
Like the
it's her
facial
face
expression,
expressions,
yeah, her
everything.
reactions and shit
Hmm.
is really funny to me.
Yeah. So and that girl, the girl, the angel character,
Yeah,
she was really good.
she
She
was.
was really good.
Yeah, man, really sucks to be her.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's get into this album, man.
Let's do it, man. Today we're getting into this album from this rapper. This guy has found a way to, and I don't want to put it in a way where it's like he just managed to stay around. It's all intentional, but his relationship in media has been interesting to follow, right? He
Mhm.
has one of the most popular hip hop podcasts right now with another really popular legendary MC from the 90s. Um, he has, I think I would say, and during the pandemic, he found a way on his IG Live,
Chopra.
yeah, to lean into these stories the way that he did. And people, we've always known this if you're tapped into hip hop the way that we are, that he's an amazing storyteller. Whether you
Mhm.
believe every word that he says or not, that's up to your discretion, but it's always going to be interesting to hear. So it's really cool that he has a podcast now. But in the early 2000s, um, Fat Joe is who we're talking about here, you know, he found a way, like in the 2000s, his focus and his path was on becoming a bigger than life rapper at the time. Like he going commercial, because in the early 90s he was rugged, he was Flojo, he Don Cartagena himself. He was more focused on being taken seriously as a rapper. And then once he got that acclaim that he was looking for, it was all about crossing over. And I think this album that we're getting into was his clear cut attempt in doing that. First attempt, I would say, first full on attempt in doing that. And we're getting into Jealous One Still Envy, the Jose album from Fat Joe. It was his fourth studio album released December 4th, which is Jay-Z's birthday. I'll get into some thoughts with that later. But December 4th, 2001. This album was originally slated to come out in the summer of 2000. Album serves as a sequel to his second album, Jealous One's Envy, which was released in 95. Production is handled here by Irv Gotti, rest in peace, Buckwild, Alchemist, Bink, Cool and Dre, and more, with features from a young Remy Ma, Ashanti, Busta Rhymes, Buju Banton, Ja Rule, Petey Pablo, Exhibit, R. Kelly, Armageddon, and Prospect from Terror Squad. It was supported by the singles We Thuggin' and What's Love, debuted at number 37 on the Billboard 200 charts, ultimately achieving platinum status a year later in May. What are our thoughts on Jealous One's Still Envy from Fat Joe, and this time frame?
All right, so in this time frame, I remember like his hits was so on the radio so much during this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm such a fan of the Don Cartagena album that I forgot that like I've never lived with the Jose album, like ever. Like I never listened to it in its entirety. So for this episode, I had to listen to it and I had to live with it, and I realized I was listening to this project and I wasn't enjoying it outside of the hit songs that I already enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yo, what the fuck? And then I realized it was because like, you know, he was more focused on like chasing the hits. Like he got with Irv Gotti, and Irv Gotti basically was like, yo, I got a formula and it's going to work. Like it's surefire. And like it really worked. And I realized that that's when I stopped kind of like checking for him with music.
Mm.
after, like, when this project came out. But and it's funny because I didn't listen to the album in its entirety. I heard the hits, but I think because the hits were enough, like, and I had so much other music, I just didn't really lean into it. And I remember he was in this. I don't know if you ever seen this movie. It's a movie called Empire with John
I remember
Leguizamo.
Empire.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Fat Joe's in that movie, and he just recently had John Leguizamo on the Joe and Jada show,
hmm
and he was saying that he was working on this album while he was doing that movie, and he was having a hard time because he was still trying to be Fat Joe the gangster.
Right.
But he was trying, because he was making movies, because remember he also had that movie earlier with Mac 10, Thicker Than Water,
hmm
and he was trying to cross over and like become more of more crossover, just more crossover, because Pun was going at that time. So he was like, all right, like, I got to get back in the field and get
Right.
this paper.
I gotta keep this going.
Right. You know, like, and I think he also realized like the Terror Squad is only as good as I can take them.
Right.
So it was thing that he just had to do.
Like put
And
this on his back.
so, all in all, I'll say that I listened to this project and I didn't fucking enjoy it.
Mm.
I was highly disappointed. And I was like, God damn, man. Like, this is why, like, I haven't clamored for a fact. Like, I love Don Cartagena. Like,
Yeah.
we did that episode already, and
Yeah.
I raved
Really,
about
really
it.
good album.
But this project is not good, man.
I think I've always checked out. I've always paid respect to Fat Joe in the sense that when I revisit this album, I went through his discography and I was like, damn, I've always checked for Fat Joe albums anytime they come out, because when I was revisiting this, it
Yeah, we
reminded
got
me
one.
that you know how we always revere Game for having an ear for beats?
Yeah,
We do the same thing for Fat Joe, or at least we used to. At least I used to, I should say. But he always had an ear for really good production. And I think it shines here on this album, despite the fact that the whole album itself isn't that great.
right.
So, for example, we kick off with this intro. The intro is so big. It's so like, it's such a
Yeah,
big moment because, like, this is him. This is coming off of this album is important for another reason too, with the fact that this is his first album since Big Pun died.
yeah,
So Big Pun died in 2000, and this album comes out a year later. So of course he opens his album with the off the top acknowledgement, like, "Yo, there will never be a greater MC than Big Pun. Rest in peace."
hmm,
Kind of like I got it from here type of thing. So this is him feeling like he needed to step up. And if people remember, Big Pun was in the middle of crossing over with the way that he did. So I think Fat Joe felt like he had to do that in order to really take
right.
things to the next level.
I agree. Because, yeah, he was basically getting experiences of that because he was, he handled it, like, Pump was his artist.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, yo, I like where we were going, so I got to
Mhm.
keep this
I
going.
gotta keep it going.
Mhm.
So he kinda opens himself up to that. But then you get to a song like Jose, right? Which is tough. Jose was produced by Psycho Les. I don't know who that is, but shout out to them because this beat is dope. Um, but he kicks it off with like, you're now tuned into the sounds of Jose, which is like he was branding himself from early on. But then he said he also acknowledged Biggie as the top MC, like, oh, he's gone, which I thought was interesting too, because the song prior to that, like, oh, he's like the greatest MC ever is Big Pun. And then the next song, he's like, yeah, Biggie is the best and he's not here anymore, so it's gonna be me.
Right. He basically said, yeah, man, I'm the last of the fat niggas.
Basically,
Mhm.
right? Because then he goes into King of NY, which is what he's positioning himself
Right.
at.
That was Joe playing his flag. That's one of my standout tracks on the album.
Yeah. Early acknowledgement to Pun's legacy on here. He attempts to step up to the plate to be the new king. It's like, heavy as the crown. But like, I think everything at this time that he was doing was just the words to it. But this is him trying to figure it out. Right? It's like, all right, I'm gonna claim this because I gotta step into it. You know?
Right. So, again, for me listening to this project, like, I had standouts on the album, and I had songs that I was just like, I cannot listen to this shit. I can't do it.
Mm.
And I realized when I was thinking about this album, like, and I did more research, like Fat Joe like recorded his album over like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like he was going in one direction, and then like and I think he like laid the groundwork with a lot of his like street shit. And then he realized like, yo, I need something
I
for the
need
radio.
some,
I
yeah.
need these for the radio. And that's what he was able to do. So that's how you get like a We Thuggin' and a What's Love.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously my lifestyle to me like is that's
classic,
fucking classic Fat Joe right there. That was like one of the like the hardest songs like ever, right? So I just think that like he just couldn't. And he's trying to put on Terror Squad artists. Like he's trying to get them on. Like like Remy is all over this album. Armageddon is on the album, right? And I just think that he couldn't like get his footing right. And I was like, basically what I'm saying is I just wish he would have scrapped a lot of these records and then just let Irv produce the fucking album.
Yeah, yeah. Because outside of that moment for What's Love, he doesn't have Irv on this.
Yeah.
But What's Love is such a big, interesting moment too, because it was originally a Ja Rule song.
Yeah.
Ja gave it to him.
That was beautiful of Ja. That was so nice of Ja.
Yeah.
That's it. That and Ja did that a lot early in the game. He was just a nice dude.
It was like, yo, like I'm on fucking fire and I can make 1 million of these. Here's one, just take it.
That's great.
Yeah. That was really, really selfless of him.
That was fucking great.
And then to leave Ashanti on it, who had her album at the time, her self-titled album, like Ashanti, there was a Billboard list that came out from that year the other day that's going viral again because Ashanti had the top 3 songs on the Billboard. I think she broke a record from that. But the first song on Billboard Hot 100 was Foolish. Second song was What's Love. Third song was Ain't It Funny, which she wrote for J.Lo. So it was like, yo, she was just on fire.
Remember that news article when they said Beyonce ain't no Ashanti?
Beyonce ain't no Ashanti. Like Dangerously in Love is good, but it's no. Every now and then people put that up, and then the writer gets attacked online.
That's so fucked up because it's like you couldn't have predicted that back then, man.
I know, but but to your point, remember that shit you sent me the other day, the Thriller.
Okay, yeah,
article.
The Thriller article.
That's just tone deaf.
Yeah, that's tone
deaf.
That's
just insane. Like
yeah, that's crazy. For that person to have, and you remember back then, people got early versions of it. That this motherfucker heard Thriller and said, "Nah, this album ain't going nowhere." Yeah, that man's ears don't work. He should have got fired immediately. Like if I was the editor in chief of that institution, I'd have been like, "Listen, son, this ain't you need to find something other calling."
Yeah, this time I do love to see when the early reviews of masterful work really work out. Like shout out to Miss Info.
Oh yeah,
she did Illmatic.
She called it.
She gave Illmatic 5 mics. Like that's like ahead of the curve for real. Like you really got that right. They can't say nothing. But getting back into the scope of this album, right? You got you mentioned Remy. Remy is on this album a handful of times. And I think she adds a really fresh, nice layer to this album. She sounds so different, so young, but super, super hungry, and like the Remy that I came to love at the time because she just sounds incredible. Super, super. And you could tell she was young as hell, but I still believed everything that she was saying.
I still believe it.
Yeah. And it's word. And it's a big part of Joe trying to build the next chapter with Terror Squad. Let's see here. Yeah, we already touched on My Lifestyle. My Lifestyle was a big, big moment for Fat Joe. It was a quintessential freestyle instrumental. Like everybody that came on Hot 97 freestyle to this.
Let me tell you something, bro. Like that, like I wish I could rap because I would love to rap over that shit and just say some gangster shit that I've never done a day in my life. Shot a nigga in his back, my lifestyle.
It's such a staple. And it just worked really well. We Thuggin.
Okay, so I have to tell you something. We Thuggin is one of the most best musical songs ever created in the history of music. Like just the beat alone, like the beat alone just gets you going. Like We Thuggin is the kind of song. So now I have a barometer now with certain songs. I'm like, is this song musical enough to make Michael Jackson dance? Because that's a thing, bro. Like us discovering that Michael Jackson liked certain songs. Like when we see him dancing to Ignition, finding out that he loved In the Club. Like there's certain songs that are so musically pleasing to the ear.
Telling
that,
Pharrell to give him a song like Super Thug.
Yo,
Yeah.
that
Yo, give me that.
yeah,
That's what I want.
like hearing Mike say shit like that, I'm like, yo, I know that Michael Jackson enjoyed We Thuggin'.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it. I can see it.
It just fucking works, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely know that Mike heard that he probably bit his lip and just started fucking just bopping his head and shit like that.
Yeah, R. Kelly was a fan, and I just hate to say this sentence, but I'm gonna say it. But R. Kelly was a fan of R. Kelly, like his his writing.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I think he knew musically how gifted he was, so, and he respected that shit. He had R. Kelly write some of his songs.
Right, yeah, exactly. But like, nah, bro. We Thuggin' is like one of the most musically pleasant songs I've ever heard in my life.
That shit, it's a really good song, and it's very well produced, and the chorus is incredible.
Did you ever hear Fat Joe's story about he has two about hanging out with R. Kelly?
Nah.
So he has one story where like he went to Chicago and he was talking to R. Kelly. R. Kelly was like, I'm gonna do this record for you, but like, I got a toothache. So he said that R. Kelly left and like had a dentist pull up to his house and extract the tooth so he can like record music with him. And Fat Joe couldn't fucking believe it. Like, he was like, yo, like, nah, like, you need to heal. Like, this is crazy. Like, and Joe said at that time, that when he didn't fly, so he would just always get on the van.
Yeah.
And then he said there was another time where he came and like R. Kelly, he started out when he was playing basketball, and then Fat Joe was like, yo, like, I'm here to work. And then,
I know the basketball one. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then he's like, nah, I'm gonna go box. And then R. Kelly goes and box, and he comes out to the world. I'm the world's greatest. And then he boxes with a dude and knocks the nigga out.
What?
And Fat Joe, and they were like, yo, do you think it would stay? The guy like had to let R. Kelly knock him out? And Fat Joe's like, I don't know. But all I know is that he came out to I'm the world's great. He came like he had his own music when he came out the tunnel and came out into the ring and shit like that. And it just didn't make no sense to me. I would like, I know like R. Kelly's not somebody that like people want to hear about, but like R. Kelly stories are hilarious because Tank has an R. Kelly story playing basketball with him and elbowing R. Kelly, and then them having like some like kind of like low key beef after that.
I've heard a lot of R. Kelly stories.
The R. Kelly story about Same Girl with Usher.
Yeah.
Where he asks, he was like, yo, you think Usher could take
you
could take my bitch? Like, I just think it's hilarious. And I'm like, but Fat Joe telling the story of, I get there, he's playing basketball, and then R. Kelly finishes up and says, all right, now it's time to box. Like, he said he thought R. Kelly was trying to intimidate him.
This nigga. Oh my goodness. But yeah, R. Kelly's a piece of shit. But this was a really good single and a classic moment on this album. Fight Club with M.O.P. and P.D. Pablo.
That's one of my standouts as well.
Same. Yeah. That's a really, really good moment on here.
Big energy.
Yeah, and M.O.P. is so good at doing M.O.P. songs, like those rugged, like fuck up the environment, like fuck up where you at, fuck up your surroundings, just get crazy. But like, and it's so New York.
Agreed.
I think the tug and pull on this album was that Fat Joe wanted to go mainstream, but he also wanted to stay rooted in New York. He has a lot of those moments on here where he makes these like mainstream attempts, but he also says, flex drop bombs, but you seem to overlook niggas. He says that on the Wildlife. Flex dropping bombs don't mean shit to anybody in Kansas City. Like, what does that mean? That don't mean nothing.
You're 100% right.
So I think
I learned that the hard way when I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, he has a lot of those moments where it's like, all right,
it's
bro.
Regional.
Yeah, it's super regional, but I get it because it's like at the time as well, you had a lot of regional moments that were going big in rap. But those regional moments that were going big were from little known places. That's why they were big. We were intrigued by Nelly because we didn't know shit about St. Louis.
Right.
So that's why shit like that worked. You got on here, you got this is what I was gonna talk about. So He's Not Real, the interlude, right? It kind of felt like a little bit of a Hove jab to me.
Oh, that's absolutely was a J jab.
Yeah. He's all right, but he's not real. That shit.
Yeah.
Because he has the interlude on there leading into the He's Not Real song, which features Prospect and Remy. And I just wrote on here like my analogy stands because I couldn't find anything about it online, but I know they had this beef in the early 2000s
They did
with the
it.
Rucker thing.
They had to beef with the Rucker thing, and then prior to that, there's a conflicting accounts of like Big Pun and Jay having like a run in at Jimmy's Uptown Cafe, where like Terror Squad dudes are saying like Jay-Z was running from from Big Pun, but then like Bleak is like, have you seen Big Pun? Like, you don't think Jay-Z can he was like, Jay didn't run, but like, you don't think that this nigga, like Big Pun can't catch Jay.
Yeah.
Right. And then like, it was like, they said that there was a fight and there was a scuffle between a Rockefeller person and a Terror Squad person, but nobody hit Jay in the head with a bottle. That's not how it went down and everything like that. And Jay didn't understand what the beef was about anyway. Like, there was no beef. I think it was just competitive energy, and like Pun was just, well, I'm not saying it's speaking from my person, but when Bleak gives an interview, saying like, "Yo, we didn't know where that energy was coming from." Like, there was a bar that Pun thought was for him, and I forget what bar it was, and then Jay said, "Nah, that wasn't for you." And then Jay told Cuban Link, and he told Cuban Link that wasn't for your man. And like Pun was like, "Nah, fuck that. Like we going at him, So
yeah. But Jay did have a bar for Fat Joe on You Don't Know, which was confirmed years later, where he said, "Wear G on my chest, I don't need that, but Dan."
Yeah,
that was to Fat Joe,
right? Because back in the days, Fat Joe was known for going to Dapper Dan and getting drip down, and custom Dapper Dan fits.
Yeah, man. Slick motherfucker, man.
Yeah, bro. I love that people are just now figuring out certain bars from Jay. I love it.
Yeah. It's like, bro, that dude, man, because it just extends his greatness, man.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. I think so. Even coming off of that, the He's Not Real thing, the subtle nod to Jay-Z with that, and then there's another nod here, like Murder Rap, which featured Armageddon. It's produced by Rockwaller. It sounds like a Life and Times era beat.
It is. Yeah, I agree. It does sound like that. And I was like, okay.
And then he has, so he has like these bigger than life moments, but then he also has these attempts at like being introspective. Like on Still Real, he goes, my son Joey's still slow, which is crazy to say.
It was the times, bro.
Yeah, I know. But and then so he says that, but then you look at his growth now as a person and as an artist, and like the amount of pride that he has with his son now.
Yeah,
because he's on social media.
He grew up.
Now.
He grew up. Like I think it's I think Fat Joe is a perfect example of a person evolving. Right, like where like he made a lot of money fast at a young age, but like he was still kind of like, raw and like ignorant to a lot of things. And then as he grew and became more worldly, and he also credits his daughter for making him be a more sensitive and like open-minded person. So I think that's who like kind of like softened him up. I think for some men, having sons don't do shit. They don't soften you up. It kind of actually makes you more tough.
Yeah.
But having a daughter would definitely like give you perspective, because a daughter might ask you a question like, well, what if it was me? Or like, why would you do that? Or I love this daddy, so you should love it. Like, so
it makes you softer inherently.
Yeah.
So that's true from what I can imagine. Yeah, and then he says on here, I went commercial, but I'm still me, which goes back to my point of like, he's really trying to tug at both worlds, like mainstream and still being in the street and still having that credibility. I think later down the line, he just learned how to do it better.
Right.
And then he had this Ludacris and Armageddon song is a mess.
It's fucking trash, bro.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like and it's fucked up, because I definitely
think, which is crazy.
Right. I think Luda like that was just showing, like Joe was just showing like, yo, I fuck with artists from like other regions and stuff like that, but it was like, not this song. Not this one.
And that's what it is too, because I mean, shit, Ludacris was red hot at the time.
Yeah.
He was a newer act, and everybody was working with him. And for the most part, he didn't disappoint at the time. I just don't think it was a good merge of the two.
It wasn't. It wasn't a good marriage
And
at
he
all.
had the nerve to put Armageddon on this too. So
yeah, man.
it
Where the
was
fuck
just
is
a
Tony
lot.
Sunshine at, man?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Tony Sunshine is very underused. I think he was really dope at the time.
I do too.
Let's see here. What do I have? Is there anything else that stands out to you on this album?
Hell no.
Or that's it for you, huh? Yeah.
I got nothing. Like I listened to this and I said, damn, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, all right.
All right, well, okay. So then we can get to ratings.
All right. For me, I get his album 2 out of 5 waffles. Like this album is just not a good project. Especially this is his follow-up to Don Cartagena, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like and I guess what offsets the project is that like he had 2 absolute smashes and What's Love and Still Thuggin', and then My Lifestyle was such like a fucking hard street record. So he delivered he gave crossover records, street record. The rest of the album I could literally never hear again in my life, and I'll be fine. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So that's why I give it 2 out of 5 waffles.
Yeah, I see. I always give Fat Joe the credit for just trying to extend that mainstream shit.
I
It's
get
like he saw that We Thuggin' worked, and he was like, "Oh, word, yeah, I like that, bet, right?" And he went into he did a remix to We Thuggin'.
He did.
He did a remix to We Thuggin' with Busta Rhymes.
It was so unnecessary.
Yeah, but I see why he did it though. Busta Rhymes, Nori, Remy, R. Kelly's still on there. Like he tried. I think overall though, I'd give this album a 2.5 out of 5.
Damn,
I think overall this album has a
Fat Joe is not going to find you, bro. I know you live in the Bronx. Like it is
but
okay.
It's 2.5. But I think so. What I wrote is I said I think overall this album has a ton of self-awareness. Joe wants to keep progressing into superstar status, but maintain that he won't change. But we've seen how that can never be the perfect balance. The album has a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Well, some highs and a lot of lows. But it isn't the best representation of Joe's strong points.
Right.
I think from what we came to know and love about Fat Joe, there's inklings of that on here. But you get an album like down the line, you get an album like Loyalty, which feels more complete from him.
Right. He figured it out.
Yeah. And that's only a year later. I think he got a hot streak from here. But I checked for all of those albums afterwards, because then you got All or Nothing. I think this had the big single on here with Jay Holiday at the time. The I Won't Tell, or did that come? That came later. But he had the single with he had another single. He had the Lean Back remix on here. He had R. Kelly on here again. So he was always trying. He was always trying.
I give him that, and I wrote something in here, and I was just like, this might not be Fat Joe's best album, but it's the album that made him undeniable. Like it made him a staple, a radio staple.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about it, the bright side.
Yeah, I think so too. Down the line, you got Make It Rain. He really found his hot streak when he went to when he went to Miami.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then him and Khaled literally turned into the same fucking person.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah.
But that's overall.
Say night night, Bob.
What's up? How was you making all that noise?
Huh?
And then he chilling now. He's like, I don't want
to. Night night, Bob. Yeah, he ain't trying to go to sleep.
Okay, but yeah, I think we can leave it at that. I think if you guys come to know and love Joe as being this media spokesperson that he is now, but if you want to revisit this to see how far he's come since then I would recommend it, and let us know what you think. I'm Firstklass Regg.
And I'm Taurian B. Never listen to his album again.
That's it, gang.
Done.